I know what it feels like. You wake up already anxious. Your mind's racing before your feet hit the floor. Deadlines, notifications, expectations. The pressure feels constant, like you're carrying the weight of the world, yet barely keeping up. It feels like chaos is winning. But what if I told you, you don't need to stop the storm. You need to stop giving it your mind. I ruled during one of Rome's darkest eras, war at the borders, plague within the walls, betrayal among those closest to me. I was emperor, yes, but also a man, tired, burdened, uncertain. I could not stop chaos from arriving at my gates, but I learned to stop it from conquering my mind. And now, I'll teach you how to do the same. You may know me as a Roman emperor, but I was also a student of philosophy, of discipline, of stillness. While others chased power, I chased clarity, not to appear wise, but to survive my own days. I didn't write meditations to impress anyone. I wrote them to save myself from anger, from fear, from the noise inside my head. Each entry was a message to my future self, a reminder, a warning, a whisper: hold the line, protect your mind. And now, across centuries, I offer these reminders to you. The most important one: you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. It was my compass, and it can be yours. Let me show you how I use that compass, step by step, to navigate storms just like the ones you face today. Step 1. Control what is yours. Each morning, before the world pressed in, I ask myself one question: what is within my command? You can ask yourself the same, and your answer will be identical to mine. Your thoughts, your choices, your responses, everything else, what others say, what fate decides, what tomorrow brings, that is not yours to hold. You cannot govern traffic. You cannot govern your co-worker's attitude. You cannot govern the weather. But you can govern your reaction to all of it. Imagine your mind as a fortress. Would you leave the gates open for every passing disturbance to walk through? Would you invite every insult, every rumor, every fear inside for a feast? Of course not. Then why treat our minds so carelessly? Draw your line. On one side, what I control; on the other, what I do not. The clearer this becomes, the calmer you become. Step 2. Release what you cannot control. This was the hardest lesson, even for an emperor. I wanted to control everything, but power is an illusion when faced with life's reality. My armies failed. My son disappointed me. My health faded. Plagues swept through the streets, and I was powerless to stop them. At first I resisted. I raged against what I could not shape. But all resistance gave me was suffering. Eventually I learned, let go, not because you don't care, but because you care too much to waste energy on shadows. You're not weak for feeling frustration, but you grow stronger the moment you refuse to carry what was never yours. Let fate do what fate must. Let others act how they will. Your job is not to control the winds, it's to control the sails. You control your presence, your discipline, your peace. That is enough. Step 3. Rethink chaos as training. Most people fear obstacles. I welcomed them. Why? Because I knew something others did not. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Let me clarify. When a soldier trains, the weight he lifts strengthens him. When a blacksmith hammers steel, it becomes sharper. And when you face stress, setbacks, confusion, those moments sharpen you too. You lose a client, a lesson in poise, criticized unfairly, a lesson in restraint, facing uncertainty, a chance to build inner stillness. You have two choices when chaos knocks: call it a burden or call it training. I treated every challenge as my teacher. Every delay, conflict, insult, each became an exercise in mastery. You're stressed today. That's a representative, an angry customer, a sparring partner, a flat tire, broken plan, messed up schedule. Each is a drill in resilience. The world won't get easier, but you will get stronger. Step 4, return to your center. There were days I failed, days I snapped at servants, days grief consumed me. I was not perfect, I was human. But I always returned to stillness. I would sit, breathe, write, repeat my core truths. Stillness is not absence of chaos, it's presence of clarity. Close your eyes now, take a slow breath in. Exhale gently, say it with me. Return to what I control. Stillness isn't about suppressing emotion, it's about not being ruled by it. Chaos will always knock, but you don't have to answer. You don't need perfect conditions. Just a quiet moment, a sentence that anchors you. Step 5. Apply philosophy to action. Philosophy means nothing if it stays in books. Spill coffee, miss your bus, passive-aggressive email. That's your practice, not memorizing words but living them. Oversleep, pause, breathe, act clearly. Overwhelmed, list your powers, drop the rest. Criticized, respond, not from ego, but from discipline. You become untouchable, not because chaos avoids you, but because you stop surrendering to it. Step 6. Expect to stumble and keep going. Even I stumbled. There were nights I wept, days I doubted. But those weren't failures, they were reminders. The goal is not perfection, the goal is practice. Falling is inevitable. Getting back up, that's philosophy. Forget today, begin again, even if it's the 5th time. No one achieves calm instantly. You train calmness like a soldier trains swordsmanship. Through repetition, every breath, response, pause is a rep. One day people will ask, how do you stay calm when everything falls apart? You'll smile, knowing chaos isn't your master, your mind is. Bonus step, daily Stoic practice, new section. Here's a routine you can begin immediately to anchor yourself in stillness. Morning reflection. Spend 5 quiet minutes asking, what is within my command today? Midday reset. When stress mounts, pause. Take 3 deep breaths. Silently repeat, I return to my center. Evening review. Write down one challenge you faced today and how you transformed it into a lesson. These rituals transformed my reign and saved my mind. They can change your life too. Final reflection. The quiet power. Real strength isn't loud. It isn't anger. It isn't control. Real strength is the person who chooses stillness when the world screams. When people expected me to rage, I responded with silence. When enemies schemed, I trained my mind. In that stillness, I found power no throne could offer. That power belongs to you now. You don't need to become a Stoic scholar. You simply begin where you are. One pause, one breath, one decision. That changes your day, and eventually your life. That peace isn't found in the absence of storms. It's found in learning to stand still while they pass, to breathe, to act, to endure, and to love the world, even when it forgets to love you back. I am no longer among you, but if my voice has reached you, if even one thought took root, then my words have done their work. Carry them forward. Practice, not perfection. Discipline, not domination. Stillness, not silence. And when the chaos returns, as it always does, return to what you control. Return to the breath. Return to the path. Now, if this reflection stirred something in you, let past echoes of wisdom be your guide. Subscribe to the channel, not for Lee, but for the you that you're becoming. The past still speaks, and you are listening. Farewell. For now, may you walk forward with strength, with stillness, and with clarity.